Hey guys, today I am replacing the flush valve in an American Standard Champion 4 Max toilet. One thing I want you to check if you're looking at this video to find out how to do yours is if you have a two-part toilet. There are some of these American Standard Champion 4s that are a single piece. There is another man on YouTube that has a video of how to replace that valve because it's different, and I will put the link to that in my little write-up below so you can follow that if you have a one-piece. This is a two-piece. There's two ways to know if you have a two-piece or a one-piece. One, if you are looking at the toilet, if the bowl, the tank and the bowl are separate pieces, then you have a two-piece. Also, if you look in the top, the way our camera is set up today, it can't come all the way over here because we're limited on our power cord. But if you look down in the toilet and you have two, oh, maybe it can you see in the bowl? I don't know if it can. Can't work, it won't work. If you have two screws that you have to loosen, then you have a two-piece. So these are the instructions for a two-piece. The first step that we're gonna take is we are gonna turn off the water and we are gonna drain all of the water out of the tank of the toilet. You can't always get it all out. You get out as much as you can once you flush it, and then you can either scoop it out, you can use a sponge to get the rest out, or you can just put a bucket under where the water is gonna drip out and know there's gonna be some dripping and clean it up. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna turn off the water at the valve. One thing to keep in mind is if you haven't turned your water on and off on a toilet, a lot of times, sometimes you go to turn it off and it won't turn off all the way. Sometimes there's a little drip. If you're gonna do this quickly, you could put it in a bucket or a mug, what's dripping out of it, or you can turn the main water off on the house just so you have a backup of everything really being off all the way. Sometimes these little valves just don't turn it off all the way. So right now, that's what I'm gonna do now is turn it off and then we'll come back. Hey, so we found an extension cord. So two things I'm gonna show you. If you look in the toilet bowl tank, you have a screw there and a screw there, those two flathead screws. That means that's what that is down there. That means this is a two-piece toilet. So if you don't have those, then you have a one-piece. So the next thing we're gonna do is turn off the water. Your toilet, now I have seen houses that don't have a turn-off here. Some have it like in a main manifold, especially if you have a newer house, like down in your utility room, but most homes are gonna have a water turn-off right here. So we're gonna turn this all the way right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so we're gonna turn it all the way right to turn it off, and then we're gonna flush the toilet a couple times till all the water's out, and then we're gonna get the rest of the water out of the tank. So that's all for now. Okay, so we have flushed out everything we can, and this piece is broken, that's why we're replacing it. But as you see, we have water in for quite a few inches. So I'm gonna start scooping as much of this out with a cup as I can, and then when I get to the bottom, I will wipe up what I can with a paper towel, or you could use a large sponge, but you are gonna have to take some of this out by hand, or when you disconnect it, it's gonna drip onto your floor. So you're gonna have to manually scoop some of the water out. Okay, so now I have gotten the majority of the water out of the tank. I'm going to get a large flathead screwdriver to unscrew these screws because we're gonna have to take the tank off the base to repair this from the bottom. Unfortunately, with this model, that you just have to take it off to make the repair if you have the two-piece. But keep in mind, you can try to turn this. If it's just turning and not going anywhere, there is a nut on the bottom on the exterior of the toilet. So if you start turning and you feel like you need to, you may need to grab below with like a crescent wrench or another tool to hold the nut in place. You might not, but there is one on the outside on the bottom if you're turning and you're not getting anywhere. So we're gonna take these out real quick. Okay, so I started trying to loosen from the top with a screwdriver, and it was not gonna turn without holding the nut below it steady. So I did not have a tool. It's so tight in there, I couldn't get in there with a crescent wrench or with my channel lock to hold it. There's really not that much room. This was the tool they gave me when I installed the toilet. Unfortunately, you may not have this anymore because you might have thrown it away when you installed the toilet. If you saved it, great. This is what you're gonna use to hold the nut underneath so you can undo the screw. If not, you're gonna have to get something that matches the nut. You're gonna have to look below. You're gonna have to get something that matches that, that's skinny like this, that you can fit in there to hold it, so then you can unscrew lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So we're gonna go left to undo it. So I had another one of these toilets sitting in my garage because I'm gonna install it in another property. I went and got this out of the install package there. You probably can order these online too. I would recommend you have this to loosen that, or a tool like this to get those out. So I'm gonna start loosening them now from below. If you can't get it to loosen, you may need somebody to hold with a screwdriver. Like, so this is turning for me. So I'm probably gonna have to have somebody hold it with a screwdriver up top so it doesn't just keep twisting and twisting and twisting. Hold it steady and then loosen from the bottom to get it all the way loosened. So you're gonna do this on both sides, both screws. Okay, so what we have done, if you wanna look at the toilet, we had loosened from the bottom the screws. We did have to use that little tool that came when we originally installed it, which is right here, just for me to show you. Do you have one of those screws in your pocket? My photo guy's holding them for me so I don't lose them. So this is what was on the bottom. It had the screw that came through the bottom, it went through this, and then this was tightened on there, and this is what fit in. That's what we loosened. We did not have to have someone inside the toilet bowl holding it for us to loosen it. We were able to do this completely from the bottom. So we have pulled it off. Another little trick, like I said, sometimes you turn off your water and it drips a little bit. We have a little cup there to have what's dripping go in there. And if you looked in the cup, you'd see there was a little bit of water in there. So just so we don't have to worry about that it didn't turn off all the way with the old valve. So now I'm gonna take you up here to the bottom of the toilet. We're gonna take this off right here. And then we're going to get the tool that came with our new valve kit, which fits around this, to go ahead and loosen. Let's see, let's get it on there. We're gonna start just cranking it, and I might have to have my cameraman hold it while I turn it. So again, we're gonna use this on here, but I need another set of hands, so we're gonna stop filming for a sec. Okay, so I had somebody stronger than me help me get this. So we used the tool, they got it loosened, so we just, but now it's loose, so we can just take it off the rest of the way. And obviously we can't just stand the toilet up because we have these coming through, but I'm just gonna turn this so you can see what our inside looks like. I'm gonna disconnect that from our fill valve, and then this I'm hoping will just, slide right out. So we have our old one out, and those are the pieces I already took off of it. So I'm gonna take the new one out of the package and get it ready to slide through. Okay, so this is my new part. This is my new valve, but I'm just gonna slide it in from this side. Make sure I looked at the direction it came out. I'm gonna put it in the same direction. Oh, hold on just a second. I'm gonna push this to the top so we have a great seal. And then I'm gonna take my new, and I'll tighten it by hand, and then we'll tighten a little bit more, but mine was kind of like that. So I'm gonna do the placement the same as it was when I took it out. And then I'm tightening this on the bottom just by hand to get it started. Make sure that still reaches. It does. Still reach, sorry, I guess we'll do it like that, yep. And then I'm gonna continue to hold this so I don't spin it when I tighten. I'm gonna hold this with my hand. I'm gonna take my tool and tighten through the outside then. So that's pretty snug, but I'm going to turn this around just so I can show you what I'm doing over here too while I hold it. So at the same time as I'm holding, we're just also tightening this just a little bit more. But I don't think you can go crazy tight because this tool, you can already tell we put some pressure on it when we took this off. So it's a pretty weak tool they're providing with the kit. But I think that's pretty snug. And then if you look inside, that's what it looks like. You get your new piece in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the seal. The other thing that I think is important from the instructions is the way this is facing. So when I looked at their instruction kit, it tells us, that you want to align the lock nut flat parallel to the back edge of the tank. So this is my back edge of the tank. So I do want this to be flat and parallel, and it looks like it's lined up pretty well. So we want to do that to have it aligned the way they want it to go back in with the bowl. And then this has, of course, it fits over this in a certain way, so you want to make sure that you fit it back over there the right way as well. So then we're just going to lift this back over here. We're going to line our screws back up, line that up very carefully with the valve here, and then I'll get underneath again and retighten these screws. Okay, so we are going to align our screws back with the holes in the bottom part, but you're going to be careful coming on because you also want to keep this seal the way you want it. So we're going to go straight down, and then I'm going to get underneath, and I'm going to start, that doesn't really matter now, we'll check that after, but I'm going to start tightening it from underneath with my tool. I'm going to put one of these under each of the screws on the outside of the toilet, put this on and tighten them. And what I always do when I tighten stuff is you don't want to do one side all the way, go back to the other side and they're off. I do a little bit on both sides and then do the final tighten. So we're going to go underneath and start that now. Okay, so I have tightened the back of this tank back onto the bowl. Be careful not to over tighten it. Listen, because you can look right here and see how big of a gap there is. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but on your own. But the other thing you're going to listen for is if you start hearing like porcelain cracking, that's too tight. So there's a flange in here, that green seal we put back on. We want to get it tight, but you also don't want to break your toilet, because I always hear people tightening their toilets too tight in any screw area and they just break. So before I turn everything back on and fill it back with water, I'm going to adjust this new, I took this little pin out that goes on there. I'm going to adjust the height of this. So what I'm going to do is I want this to be able to, let me put this down, make sure I'm not losing a part. I want, if I had my lid on, to open all the way where it doesn't have to go higher, to try to get this to come all the way up and open all the way. But we don't want too much slack in this, because then it will barely lift up and it won't let a lot of water in. So if I were going to adjust this, like at the size it's on right now, if I flip this up, will it come up high enough? It might. So you're just going to have to play with this chain a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I took the pin off, which is what this is right here, out of here, so I can adjust the chain. I'm going to adjust it and then put it back in. Okay, so now that I've adjusted the chain to the length that I want it to be, I actually didn't have to adjust mine, but if you need to, you can adjust the length. I have all the components separate. I'm just going to show you. I've taken the pin, I'm sticking it through this hole, then I'm going to stick it through this hole, then I'm going to take this little pin and put it through this hole. When I do that, it should lift and flush the toilet. So I'm going to come back down here. I had reconnected my water once I screwed the toilet back on. So you're reconnecting it to the same place you took it off of. And we're going to open this back up and let it fill up our toilet. Now sometimes the fun thing with these valves is once you have loosened them, if you don't open and close them very often, they leak. So we're going to keep an eye on that and see if that's going to have to be addressed, or if we're lucky because this valve's only been here for a couple of years. Make sure you have a good flow for the amount you want. You don't want it to take forever to fill up your toilet. If it's taken forever, you didn't open it far enough. So just kind of get it to a good fill flow. Okay, so now we have filled the tank again to the, the flow it gets to, and then it stops. So I'm just going to open my toilet and I'm going to do one flush and see what it looks like. And then I'm going to let it fill up again, and then I'm going to put the lid on and make sure everything's flushing as normal. The other thing I like to do, because I'm just paranoid about water, is I'm going to check everywhere where I loosened or tightened a valve with water on the toilet or anywhere like that. I'm going to dry it off really good and just fill and make sure there's no moisture or anything else I need to address, or if we're all good. So we're going to let this fill, we're going to put a lid on, and then we're going to flush it again. So I have the lid on. I just want to make sure it flushes the way I want it to with the lid on. Sometimes if you don't adjust your handle right, it will hit this and not open all the way. So we're going to do one more flush. Just make sure it seems like a good solid flush. Seems good. So what I'm gonna do, just a quick check, I'm gonna remind you of the points of contact that you disrupted. So you have under here, you might not be able to see them in the camera, those are the 2 screws you loosened right here with that tool. So I'm gonna I feel no water down there where I disconnected my hose of water flowing to the toilet. I'm gonna fill that. That feels nice and dry, that's good. And then the valve that I've opened, I'm just gonna run my fingers around there, make sure I feel no moisture. Don't get confused. Sometimes it feels like there's moisture just because this is usually really cold water. So if you're not sure, you can get a paper towel because it will obviously discolor if it gets wet, if you can't tell the difference between the really cold, because it's like winter here, or just the wet. So all my points of contact feel good. So I know I'm good here. And we just changed, this is a Champion, American Standard Champion 4 toilet, a 2-piece. We just changed the, I'll show you the tool or the piece we replaced. This is from, it's a Fluid Master, it's a Champion universal flush valve. I got this from Home Depot. If you need to see kind of the details, I think you can get on Amazon, a bunch of other places. If you have a Champion 4 that is a 1-piece, this is gonna be a different process, and I will link a video to a guy that has really good instructions and a different video of how to do the 1-piece. So I know this was long, but you're probably gonna run into this if you have one of these for a couple years. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, and you can follow me on Instagram at emily.a.lopez and look for more DIY videos. Thanks, have a good day.